Yeah. So it's what it's a strategy from my book. I wrote a book on strategy, my version of the art of war. It's called 33 Strategies of War, but it's really about strategy, the strategic thinking. It's inspired from Sun Tzu, the great Chinese strategist, but it has vast philosophical implications. The idea is you can almost think of it like barometric pressure. When necessity is pressing in on you, like your back is against the wall, like you have to get something done, and there's like this pressure around you, you find energy in there that you never believed before. William James talks about this, and when he talks about getting a second wind, he explains it very eloquently. When you feel like your life's in danger, suddenly you can leap over things that you never could leap over before. So Sun Tzu says, put an army on death ground and it will fight until it wins. Meaning, put an army with its back to the ocean or a back to the mountain, and it's either win or die. They're going to fight 10 times harder. You're going to find the energy in you that you normally lack when death is facing you in the face, or urgency, or deadlines, or people pressing in on you. When that barometric pressure loosens up and there's none of it, you think you have all the time in the world, you get nothing done. Wow, man, I'm 23. I've got all these years ahead of me. I'm going to figure it out, right? I'm not going to die. I got 50, 70, 80 years ahead of me. No, you don't. That pressure now is gone and you're wasting time. You're doing all sorts of things that aren't leading to any kind of skill. You're not learning or anything. You need to put yourself on death ground. You need to feel that barometric pressure, which is the actual reality. The actual reality is you could die tomorrow. You could have a stroke tomorrow. You could be fired tomorrow. Everything could fall apart. You need to have that sense of urgency now because that's the reality. You're fooling yourself by thinking you have all of this time. And so when you feel that pressure, suddenly you can move mountains. You have energy. Your life, you just have focus, etc. Neurologically, everything clicks in, and people who've had that experience where they've felt like the ship was going under and they better get their act together and survive. They talk about all these physical processes. I have a story in my new book. I hope I'm not boring you here with all this.
No, please,
About
quite the opposite.
About a mountain climber who he was climbing this mountain by himself, and he was having a great time, but there was a storm coming and he had to get down, and he suddenly fell and he cut his leg open massively, and there was like a branch sticking in it, and he broke all these bones, and he was gonna die. He was on a ledge. You could see that it was getting dark, and storm clouds were amassing. This was in the Rocky Mountains. He was alone, and suddenly he managed to get up on his 2 feet, and he can't explain how, but all of this energy, all this adrenaline started flowing in him. And he said he was like a mountain goat. He was like going down the ledge. He jumped. He was able to kind of get down to another ledge. He got out of it. And for the next 20 years, he was haunted by, how did that happen? I want that feeling again, because it was actually the most ecstatic feeling. I had energy that I never suspected in myself. And so he tries everything to get that feeling back. He tries climbing other mountains. He tries going to Mount Everest. He tries it, and it doesn't come back. And finally, he kind of figures out the formula for it and why it happened. He studies a lot of neuroscience. It's a great book. I'm using it in my new book. It's called Bone Games. It's a very interesting book. A lot of science in it. And he got the feeling back in a smaller sense, but it was the feeling of, your life is in danger. I better get my act together or it's the end. And suddenly adrenaline, dopamine, all the other things were occurring in him, and he found that energy. So that's the ultimate kind of death ground right there.
The human will to live is truly incredible. And so now I have to say, as I said before, I'm so grateful that your stroke didn't take you out. Because clearly there's still so much in there, and you're continuing to share. what is really exquisitely useful knowledge.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
just kind of astonishing to me. I started off today's discussion expressing my gratitude for what you've already done for my life and for the lives of so many other people through your books. You know, it's clear you've been on a foraging exploration, and that foraging for organizing and communicating information, mainly in the form of written books, but also online content. You have a terrific YouTube channel, which I've subscribed to and follow and listen to with rapt attention. And the other venues with which you share information, including this one today, are really, truly valuable and appreciated. So I want to say on behalf of myself and for those that have known you and your work for a number of years, but also for the many people that are now sure to know who you are and what you're about, that it's just so clear that like this stuff comes from the heart, and that it, whatever early seed planted this, you know, that we're all grateful for and better off as a consequence of that seed. So I could make this list very, very long with the number of specific ways in which you've improved the journey through life and made it clearer. I mean, you know, life is certainly can be hard, but it also can be really confusing. And I feel that the Robert Greene roadmap, even though it's but one roadmap, is an extremely valuable map to have and to use. Certainly has been for me. So just an enormous thank you, Robert. Thanks for sharing today, and thanks for all you do and all that you're still doing and sure to do in the future.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could find the word for explaining the kind of weird emotions that I'm feeling when I hear that. There isn't maybe Yiddish, maybe verklempt or something, I don't know, but thank you, yeah.
Well, we'll have to have you back here again when your next book comes out. Can't wait, but we will wait.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully I'm still around.
I'm confident you will be.
Okay, okay, good.
Thank you. Come back
Thank you,
again.
Andrew. Thanks very much. I hope I will.